What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Balloon Guys. Today, we thought we'd do something a little bit different, and we thought we'd teach you how to make some balloon art. Since St. Patty's Day is right around the corner, we thought it would be appropriate to show you how to make a pot of gold. To make your pot of gold, you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need a 12-inch linking balloon. You're going to need a black 260. And you're going to need probably 3 gold metallic 260s. Okay, let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to grab one of the gold metallic balloons and we're going to blow it up a little more than halfway. Halfway, 3/4, something like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a little air, let a little air out. That's called burping the balloon. It makes it a little bit soft. So then what you're going to do, we don't want to tie the balloon right down here at the edge. We want some space. So I want you to squish the air down, move your hand about 3 or 4 inches down and let it go. See, now we have this long uninflated piece right where the nozzle is. Well, we're going to tie the balloon right down there, which gives us a long tail or a long front. So put this aside. Then you're going to take one of your 12-inch linking balloons and you're going to blow it up all the way. We don't want it that much. So what you're going to do is, again, like the last time, you're going to burp the balloon. That's going to make it softer. You're going to burp it. Eric, excuse yourself.
My bad.
You're going to burp it to about yay big. Maybe that big. Okay. So it's nice and soft now. Then you're going to take the balloon, tie the nozzle a little bit loose. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to want to attach this loosey-goosey part to this nozzle. Easy. You're just tying a knot. Wrap it around and tie it up. You want to tie it so there's that long space, right? You want to tie it as close to the nozzle as you can. Now we have this pair of balloons. We have this black linking balloon and the gold one with the extra nub here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the black one in a headlock and we're going to use that arm and we're going to squish the air up towards the knot. And then when we do that, I'm going to use my free hand and I'm going to put my fingers on the nozzle and I am going to push inside. As I push in, I'm going to let my right arm relax so it gives my hand room to go. I'm going to take it, I'm going to push, and then I'm going to take that other hand, I'm going to grab the knot, or I'm going to grab the linking end of the linking balloon and push in from the other side, grabbing the knot on the inside. Now see, I'm holding on to it here. I don't want to let it go because the entire thing will come apart. So instead, I'm going to twist the whole thing in a big circle. Now we have this thing. We have this knot. I'm grabbing with my fingers. Now if I let it go, it'll still come undone. So we don't want to do that. I'm going to take my black 260, preferably a scrap. I know you have scraps laying around, so find a scrap and you're going to take it with your free fingers on your occupied hand. You're going to hold it just like this. Then the other hand, you're going to pull it up and you're going to wrap it around, around, around. You're going to wrap it underneath the knot, underneath the nozzle that's turned inside out in the linking balloon. It's a little tricky, but with practice you'll get it, trust me. So the 2 free ends of the 260 that you just used to wrap it up, you're going to make an X like you're tying shoelaces, and you're going to tie it tight. Really tight. Because the last thing you want is this thing to come undone. Because that would be awful. Now that you have everything tied up, you can safely let go. So you've done 2 things. You've taken that round balloon and you've kind of smushed it flat. So instead of, now when we make our pot of gold, it's going to have a more stout appearance, just like a real pot would have. It's not going to look like a ball. And also, if you want to take this and if you want to mount it to some of your other decor, you now have things that you can tie it with. You have the linking balloon part, and then you have the 260s that you tied on. All right, we're going to take this and we're going to put it aside. Now, we're going to take a black 260, and we're going to blow it up. Doesn't really matter. We're not going to use all of it. Let's just say 3/4 of the way. That much. I'm not even going to use this much. We're going to get rid of some anyway. tie a knot, and then what you're going to do in the very beginning is you're going to make a pinch twist. Boom. A lot of this part here coming up is eyeballing it. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at the circumference of this black balloon. Now what I want to do is I want to take this 260, the black 260, I'm going to turn around on you, and we're going to wrap it around so that it kind of makes a lip around the top of the black linking balloon. What you want it to do, see, it's basically forming the lip of the pot of gold. So you got to eyeball it and see what's the appropriate size. You don't want it to be so big. If I make it this big, it's hanging over the edge of the thing. That looks dumb. If you make it too small, well then that looks silly too. So you want it to be just big enough that it's kind of just at the circumference of the linking balloon. It's just wide enough that it's the same. Okay? So I'm going to pick right about there. And then we'll make that work. Oh, there goes my thing. Now, when you take your balloons, you're going to twist them up. And to make sure they don't unravel, instead of just twisting in the same direction over and over again, you're going to change directions. So we were just twisting this way, and then we're going to take one of these two pieces and we're going to run it underneath. Now it's all wrapped up and locked. This excess here, we're just going to get rid of it. Haha. Now we want this part nice and round. So what you can do is you can just use your hands. Ooh, that's a lovely sound, isn't it? We want to keep it nice and round. Boom, just like that. Now the way we get this thing to fit so nicely, and it does fit nicely, this ain't going anywhere. Nothing's moving, okay? The way we get that to fit so snugly is you're going to take the gold balloon in the center of your little pot, and you're going to reach up about an inch, maybe. Squish that inch really soft, and then you're going to twist it like 3-4 times. There's our little thing, right? Now what I'm going to have to do is you're going to have to make one pinch twist. Voila, we have this thing. And then you're going to take the gold and you're going to squish it nice and soft. And you're going to move over just till it gets to the top of the donut. You see this thing looks like a donut? Just till it gets to the top of the donut, you're going to twist it right there. You see that? All right. Now, we're going to take our black 260, slide it over top. And now you see the pinch twist here? We're going to take the pinch twist, tie it into that last bubble we made in the gold one. Wrap it around. Now we're connected. Now what we're going to do is we want to fill this space in to make this stay out. In order to do that, we have to take the gold and bring it in flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it around and up to here. Now the gold has to be a little bit longer than the inside of the black, or else it won't really fill it out well. So I'm going to take it all the way up just past the edge of it, make a little twist. Then I'm going to make a pinch twist, about 1 inch. And then I'm going to bring it back on itself, right back to where it started. Hey, so remember, I brought the gold up, made a pinch twist, came back down to where it started. Now, and you twisted it around. Now what we're going to do with this little loop here is I'm going to push it inside the center of the pot, and we're going to pull the edges of the black 260 out around it. So that what's going to happen is the gold, and I wonder how this sounds on the microphone. This might be terrible. So the gold is actually pushing outwards on the balloon to make it round. Now we have this. Now, depending on how you feel, I'm super anal. So this Thank you very much. So
I know it was a self-reflection video.
Anywho, so I'm super anal. This is not.
Maybe you should be on the couch. I'll go sit over there.
Are you finished?
Sorry.
Are you finished?
Yeah.
Okay. Pressing on. I'm super anal, and this is not round enough for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the remainder of this gold, and I'm going to put it back inside here underneath this short section. So I'm going to take the gold, and I'm going to bring it up to this middle pinch twist, and then I'm going to take it and bring it back to where it started. And I'm going to take that up and down, and I'm going to stuff it underneath this short section. You shall see. So watch, I'm going to bring it up. And I'm going to bring it up to the gold. I'm going to squeeze it nice and soft, and I'm going to pinch it off. Twist it underneath the pinch twist. I always go twice because I'm super anal. Be quiet. Thank you. And I'm going to take that piece, and I'm going to push it underneath like that. Now I'm going to, again, take this extension, and I'm going to bring it right back to the black pinch twist where I started. Squish it nice and soft. And go underneath. Now, that thing sticking out, no good. What we want to do is we want to push it under. You got to pull the balloons apart to give it some space, and then push that underneath. Voila! Now we have this thing. Looks like a mess. Actually, it doesn't look like a mess. It's still kind of clean. But this is all this was just to make sure that the pot stays out nice and round, right? Nice, fill out that space. Now, depending on how much air you put in the gold one, it looks like I have a little bit left. We might be able to make a row of gold coins. I think what you want to do when you make these rows is you make the gold coin on the ends where they connect a little smaller, and all the ones in the middle are all the same size, like the normal size gold coin. So watch. I'm going to take this nice and small, and then we're going to, that's a small one, and then the rest are going to be normal, normal, normal. I'm going to bring it across to see where we are, and then there's just about enough room for a small one. Small one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that small one, I'm going to wrap it under that gold pinch twist that's at the very end, and now we're locked in. I'm going to get rid of this extra thing. I was about to bite it. Probably not the best idea nowadays. So there you go. That's all one gold 260. But that's clearly not enough gold coins, so we have to add more. We're going to blow up balloon number 2. And this one you want to blow up less. So I would say 50% or less of the length of the balloon you want inflated. Maybe a little more. We're going to attach this bad boy at the black pinch twist in the back of the 260. Just wrap it around once or twice though so it doesn't come undone. Now all you're doing here is you're just making gold bubbles. These are the gold coins. You're just filling in the space. I like to keep it symmetrical, so I just did one row of gold coins on this side. The next one I'm going to do is on this side, and we're going to keep going. So you're going to do left side, then right side, then left side, then right side. So we're going to do small, then normal, normal, normal. I'm going to keep on going. So now you see it's starting to fill out a little bit, but it's still not done. We want to fill all this out. Going to keep going around until we got all those flat parts of the gold 260 completely filled. Oh, we're starting to channel the Three Stooges. Okay, so what I've done, like I said, I went up and back and up and back and up and back. Now, depending on how full you want your pot of gold, you can do this with another 260 and you can just keep going. You could do this with silver if you want to make silver coins, or platinum coins if you really want to ball out. But I think gold and black really contrast well together. I'm going to call it right here. I could add another row, but I think this is probably good for now. So what I'll do is, to make sure this doesn't unravel, I'm going to just take one last little bubble on the end of this, of the excess, and we're going to keep it. I'm going to get rid of the little extra tail that I popped, and I'm going to wrap it in to the black. And if you're super anal like me, you would have added another row of coins, because look, this bothers me. What you see on the side, you can still see the flat 260 there, the flat gold 260. They don't look like coins, do they? It looks like a flat 260. For me, unacceptable, unacceptable. If you're at a party, then yeah, nobody's going to care. But if you're doing it all for yourself, unacceptable. It'll keep you up at night. And Eric knows it, because we've gotten into plenty of discussions about how I take forever doing things because the little things bother me. But anyway, so here you have a 4-balloon pot of gold. We hope everybody enjoys it. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day and stay healthy out there. See ya.
See you later.